In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the crankshaft position sensor in your Hyundai Accent. This one happens to be a 2010 Hyundai Accent Blue. So characteristics of this going bad on you, your car may stumble a little bit. In my car, I was stumbling, lost the tach intermittently, may or may not be able to pull a code from it. I wasn't able to grab a code, but with everything going on, we figured that was bad in my car. We're going to replace it right now. It's pretty easy to do with basic hand tools. Don't let it go too long because it could land you stranded on the side of the road. Ask me how I know. Got stuck twice on the highway today with it. Got to fire it up, milked it home, and I'm going to replace this thing right now and it should be good to go. So what I'll do is I'll put a link to the crankshaft position sensor in the description of this video so you can zoom over to Amazon and buy one if yours has gone bad. All right, let's dive into this.
Before we get started, remember to subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, and subscribe to all of our notifications. That way you'll get a heads up when we upload a new video.
Okay, so what you're going to want to do first is disconnect the battery. It should be a 10 millimeter. And if you have a code in there, it might get rid of the code for you. Whenever possible, whenever you're working around the motor, you should disconnect the battery anyway. Plug right here, we got to unclip, and the sensor kind of hangs out down there. It'll kind of worm our way into this hose right here so you can see it a little bit better. And it is right there. There's a bolt on it. I'm going to grab some sockets and a wrench and we'll get this removed. Okay, so to remove the bolt, I've got my 1/4 inch drive set up with a 10 millimeter socket, and I'm going to crack that bolt free, and it is right there. So I'm going to break this free, and I'm going to remove that bolt and pull out the sensor. So sometimes you can pull these sensors right out, but this car, it's New England, this car's been around for a while. Mine's in there pretty good, so you might have to wiggle it with a pair of pliers and pull it out of there. So what I did is I grabbed the pair of pliers like this, grabbed onto my sensor, and I was able to kind of wiggle it back and forth and pull it, and it came right out. It's a little stubborn, but it's been in there for a long time. So the plug is right here. I'm going to undo the plug. And it should slide right up and out of this clip for you. So there's a little clip right here that kind of holds it in place. So I'm going to undo this clip. It should come right out. And you should be able to pull your sensor right out. And they've got a new sensor we'll plug in. So what you want to do is the area right here, the housing for the sensor, you're going to want to wipe all this crap up if you have some in there. So I'm going to take a rag and wipe the area all up before I put my new sensor in. So I have the area all clean, and I'm going to put my new sensor into place and put the bolt in it. Alright, we're in place, and now I'm just going to put my bolt in it and fasten it to the block. Okay, so you always want to start these bolts by hand on any bolt. You don't want to start it with like an impact or your ratchet. You want to make sure you got it caught by hand so you don't strip the threads. And then once you feel that you've got it caught, then you can throw your ratchet on it and tighten it up. This part online, what I'll do is I'll put a link in the description to this video over to these on Amazon. And the part isn't all that much money, but if you get stuck on the side of the road, it's going to cost you a tow bill. And then if you bring it to a garage, you're going to hose you on this thing, and it's not too bad. It's a 10 millimeter bolt. And as you can see, it's a pretty simple repair. Right, so that's snug. You don't need to crank down on it, just make sure it's snug. Steve and I always say that in the videos. So you're going to plug in your sensor right here. Here's the plug. Here's the end for the new sensor. Yep. Make sure you're going the right way. And then you're going to take that little metal clip, the retaining clip, and slide it back into place. Just like that. Give it a little tug. Make sure it's okay. And then you're going to slide it back into the factory holder. It's right under here. Now it's in place. Let's start the car up. And don't forget to reconnect your battery. So now my RPMs are back and everything looks alright. I'm gonna go take it for a test ride and check it out. Alright, so just go back for a test ride. Car ran great. That should be all you need to do. Like I said, I'll put a link in the description of the video to a new crankshaft position sensor on Amazon. If you have any questions, leave me a comment. I'll reply back to you. Don't forget to like the video if you liked it and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, guys.